HarperCollins presents Graffiti Girls by Elissa Soave, read by Angela Ness. 1. The Plan. The guy in the white Audi TT behind Amy's van honked his horn again. The queue of traffic they were stuck in had been snaking its way from the tree-lined avenues of Fernigare to the altogether grimier edge of Hamilton town centre for the last half hour, so she wasn't sure where Mr. Audi Total Tosser thought his horn beeping was going to get him. But that was men for you, she thought, all noise and no action. Amy ignored him and checked ahead to see what the hold-up was. The snow was still falling. It had been inky black outside since 5 o'clock that afternoon, so she couldn't see much beyond the trail of fuzzy car headlights. The gritters had done a poor job and the evening traffic crawled. Peering out at the identikit bungalows lining one side of the road into town and the gravelly brown fronts of the ex-council flats on the other, Amy felt smothered by the all-pervading post-Christmas gloom, and not just because of the weather. Like many places, Hamilton had its share of families who had to save up in their credit unions all year to pay for Christmas, only to start saving again for the next one almost as soon as the wrapping was off this year's haul of mechanised plastic and fake Balenciagos. They were currently in the low point of that cycle, one of many reasons she was lucky to have no family of her own to worry about, Amy reminded herself. A trio of illuminated plastic reindeer in one garden caught her eye, and she glanced towards the house with its curtains open and all its front windows lit up. She could see the glow of the TV in the far corner, and a couple sitting together on the couch, the light from the screen reflecting on their faces. The woman picked up a large bowl from the coffee table in front of them, and turned to offer it to the man. He plucked something out of the bowl, but instead of eating it himself, leaned towards the woman and popped it into her mouth. They both laughed, and a little girl in pyjamas ran into the room and flopped between them on the couch. They sat close, all three together, the bowl of treats now transferred to the child's lap. Amy looked away, the warm air in the van suddenly cloying, the Bruce Springsteen she'd been enjoying unbearably loud. She reached down and turned both dials to off, and immediately felt better in the silence and cooling air. But then Mr. Audi TT behind her honked again. Amy gave him the finger in her rear-view mirror, enjoying the look of outrage on his face. After her experience at the Miners' Welfare Club last week, she was in no mood to accommodate rude and impatient men. Wait till she told the others about it tonight. She checked the time again and sighed. They'll be wondering where I am, she thought. I'm never late. You'd think since she arranged this night out and practically sent us all a 3-line whip to be here, that for once, just once, Amy could turn up on time, said Susan as she stood in the small bar area, which was lit by a fringed red lamp, giving off bordello vibes at the front of the restaurant. She twisted to take off her anorak, removing the blue hairband she wore at work to keep her unruly curls away from her face as she did so. The first thing anybody noticed about Susan was her mass of wiry red, as in ginger, not auburn, corkscrew curls. Her naturally pale skin had a tendency to flush when she was annoyed or impatient, and since she was frequently at least one of these things, there was often a contrast between the tones of her face and hair that was not appealing, a fact of which she was well aware. As she'd got older, the colour of her hair had changed and was now slightly more muted, so that it was brick red these days rather than iron brew orange, but still, her hair was generally the brightest in the room. There were also threads of grey among the curls now, which Susan had done nothing to camouflage, despite Lenore's best efforts to persuade her otherwise. Having come straight from the library, she was wearing her pleated navy skirt, sky blue council blouse and grey cardigan. Her face was clean of makeup, though in a concession to Lenore, she had dabbed at her dry lips with a
Sample complete. Ready to continue?